The last time I got personal instructions from Srila Prabhupada was in July of 1977. We'd been preaching in Bangladesh, and just around that time there was a disturbance in Mayapur where the temple was attacked by some Muslims. And it came out in the papers in Bangladesh that cruel foreign Vaishnavas attacked the timid Muslim villagers. So we'd been doing very big programs around Bangladesh, and the National Security Intelligence actually arrested us and told us to leave the country. So I came to Mayapur and discussed with my GBC, Jayapataka Maharaj, and suggested that it might be good to open a center in Nepal. So he gave me a letter, and I went to Vrindavan to see Srila Prabhupada. So that time Srila Prabhupada was very, very ill. I'd never seen him in such a condition. I went up to see him on his balcony on top of his house early in the morning, and he was wearing dark glasses and he looked very, very thin. But as soon as I came, then he began to speak to me and thanked me for going to preach in Bangladesh. And then he's told a story about one Bengali poet called Michael Madhusudan Datta, who went to England, but he was very frivolous and he lost all his money. So then he was begging money from different gentlemen. No one was giving him any money, but finally one person called Istachandra Vidyanagar, finally one person called can't remember the name. Finally one Bengali gentleman gave him a donation. So he said to that gentleman that you've got the courage of an Englishman and the heart of a Bengali mother. So Srila Prabhupada said that similarly you should preach with the courage of an Englishman and the heart of a Bengali mother. The British were famous for courage and expansion and spreading an empire all over the world. In fact, even America is created by the British. So in the same way, you should spread the empire of Krishna consciousness. And he said, if you need money, you take foreign currency, I'll give you, and you go and preach in these countries. You've got two nice fields of preaching, Bangladesh and Nepal. So I said that we need some foreign currency to show the government every month in Nepal, otherwise you can't extend your visa. So Prabhupada asked how much we needed, and I said $600 a month. So he said, you take that money, if you open a bank account, I'll send you the money every month. And similarly in Bangladesh, I'll send foreign currency and you can print books and preach there. And you should publicize that this is A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami's money. You ventilate this in the press. Prabhupada used this word, ventilate it in the press. This is not American government money, but it's my own money which I've earned by writing books and printing those books and selling the books. So in this way he gave his blessings. He said, you take the courage of an Englishman and the heart of a Bengali mother and preach. So that was the last instruction I got from Srila Prabhupada.
His compassion for all the living entities, he could turn the whole world into Vaikuntha just by walking. He could turn the airport into the spiritual world just by walking through it and make everyone free from anxiety. And then he'd tell us, oh, you haven't even tasted one drop. You're just licking the outside of the bottle. But just that outside of the bottle that we were getting by his association.
I think Prabhupada's uncompromising principles, that he didn't change the original teaching to accommodate people who might not appreciate how strict he was. There was, just to give an example, there was one kind of a bogus New Age type guru of sorts, and he put out some propaganda, some promotional brochures, and he said, and if you join our organization, you should do so because you don't have to follow, you don't have to give up illicit sex, you don't have to give up eating meat, fish, or eggs, you don't have to give up intoxication, and you don't have to give up gambling. So where did he get those? In other words, Prabhupada had set the standard by strongly presenting that, so much so that even this man, he was using Prabhupada's standard as saying, for his own preaching, you don't have to give up these things. So that impressed me the most, that Prabhupada didn't change anything. He just kept it as he got it from his spiritual master and presented it unchanged. And he had faith that if he did that, that everything would be successful, Krishna would be pleased, and everyone would be satisfied.
Srila Prabhupada was extremely humble, and he gave all credit to his spiritual master. Once when he was leaving the manor, Srila Prabhupada said that, I have no qualification. My only qualification is that I tried to follow the instructions of my spiritual master. Then he stood up to leave, and before leaving the room he went over to the picture of his spiritual master and touched his head to his lotus feet, and then he went.